Hi, welcome to Daniel and John's video, and today we're talking about paint for bumpers or cars and really as paint repair, DIY paint repair you could say. The paint we've bought today is from a company called paintsforyou.com. We've bought a primer, we've bought this colour there, the base basically, and because it's a metallic we buy a top coat which is called clear lacquer. The primer and clear lacquer come in 500ml tins, and the custom colour coat comes in a 400ml. We've used this company before and their paints match, they're really good. If you open the door jamb it'll match to the colour they've sent you. Might not be exact on the outside of the car because things fade. The nozzles are now quite important. You see a red one there, a white and a yellow one there. That's to do how the spray comes out. But more importantly, £20 for that. That's quite good value. If you went to a major H retail place, you'd pay that for probably a small tin.
We have used their paints before, and they aren't
not a patch
a patch on these things.
So this is how that started off like this. It's obviously been prepped and is a little bit more filling now. I can see where there's one or two dents, but that's 2 coats.
So this is the primer, yeah.
And the other thing is it dries real quick. And the other thing that I've noticed, because we've been using these for on and off for a few years, is that it never runs. Even if you put loads on, it never runs, literally. But you just want to stand back about there and just gently go over. It doesn't have to be too much. Little coats more often rather than a big heavy coat, I would say. Yeah. So that's the primer on. We'll come back to you when we're ready to put the colour coat on. So we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for watching. Hi, welcome back. So in the previous video you saw us apply the primer to these bumper caps. We left that primer to dry overnight. We then came back to it this morning and we used some very fine sandpaper. It was 800 and 1200 to get a nice smooth finish. Primer dried absolutely lovely. We've now applied the custom colour, which is
the base coat,
the base coat top colour. Now this looks dull. It is dull because it's metallic and it doesn't get shine until the lacquer's put on, but coverage is very good. And I've got to say,
how many sprays of this did you do?
Probably had about 4 coats.
4 coats and left to dry.
It's been drying quite a while, and we are because it is December. We've applied a little bit of warm heat to it just to speed things up a bit. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Looks good, to be honest. Looks as you know.
And this piece of this goes on the bumper. And it's actually
sits at the corners at the front.
20 years old. So if you see any little bits, it's.
And the reason we're doing it, if you've not watched the previous videos, is some kind person caused substantial damage to our bumper, and these bits, they split them all here when they hit it. So
yeah, these bits had some cracks on them, so we had to
just difficult to get hold of.
Repair all that. And
so 20 years old, set of fresh paint, and next stage will be to apply top coat or clear lacquer, which is acrylic, and we'll show you that when we're done. So look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Okay, welcome back to the third and final part of the Paints for You review. And as you can see, we've applied the lacquer and that's the results we've got. We haven't cut it down or we haven't buffed it yet. And I'll just let John explain what he did to get it to this point.
First of all, I'll say we're complete novices. Bodywear, we might have done the odd bit of spray paint, but complete novices on something like this. So we bought the kit from Paints for You. We've used them before. We bought primer. We bought the custom colour, we bought the lacquer, which is also known as the top coat.
And it was around 20-ish pounds.
The lacquer and primer are 500ml, custom colour is 400ml. We did 2 of these, we used about 2 tins, tin and a half of the custom colour. Primer, hardly anything. This we've used about a tin to do 2 of these. Right, so we applied the primer, sanded it down really finely, the grey primer. Let that harden off overnight. Applied the custom colour, which you can see the metallic-y colour. You can see that's all metallic, yeah. In between, one thing you must do is really make sure you shape this stuff, especially if you're using metallic like we did, so it has an even spread of like the sparkly stuff. I lacquered it, give it a coat, use 2,500 wet and dry sandpaper, and went over, it's this stuff, real fine stuff, and in a bucket of water, sanded it off, dried it off, used a tack cloth, put some more lacquer on it, top coat, let that dry a few hours, went back over it again, did it again, and did a final spray of the clear lacquer between. But I would say, in all honesty, I've used other paints before from some sort of places that are in industrial centres.
Well known
Yeah.
companies,
Yeah, his name isn't Alfred, but you know what I'm saying. So, and I would say, in all honesty, the ease of use and the quality of this paint has given this result. It's not really a reflection of my ability, because I've never done this before, so it must be fairly easy. So I'm really happy with it. It's a UK paint product as well. Obviously Pacific nozzles as well give you nice fine spray. They come in different colours.
Yeah.
I think the colour code, the other one is white, and this is red for a reason, so there must be a reason for that. But yeah, sometimes we get asked, why do we do these repairs when we could simply get another part? Well, it's very difficult to get parts for a 20-year-old vehicle, and even if you can get them, they're quite often more damaged than this one. But that brings me to the point that it's unusual for a company to be able to supply you paint for a 20-year-old vehicle. So if you've got a classic car or something older, these are the guys to go to for a colour match. Delivery from this company, absolutely excellent, sometimes next day. Bear in mind it is December 2022, so we've got issues with delivering postage. They come by DPD, so that says a lot about the company.
You can, I will also add, before I forget, you can also buy the base colour separately. We bought it in a kit, a couple of kits, because we need some paint for something else. Yeah. And we used it for this, but you can also buy the base separately
and
as well.
Their delivery and customer service is consistent. That's what I would say. You always get the same. Yeah. It's always the same. It's always well packaged and everything, so it's a good company to deal with. So hopefully this has given you an insight how easy and what high quality this paint is. I'd say, while I'm saying all this, that we've got no affiliation to these guys. We've just bought from them in the past, and it's always been good service and good paint. One thing I've noticed with this paint, as it dries, even the lacquer, the look tends to get better. It's almost as though it's got some sort of self-leveling property, which enhances the finish. So I'd say it's December 2022. Merry Christmas to everybody, and thanks for watching.
And if you've got any questions about any of this, please ask us in the comments.
Any advice you can give us.
Or any advice, because we're always open to advice.
Where we've gone wrong. We might cut this back to get a better shine, but we'll probably leave it a few weeks now to really harden off, because it is December 22 and it's cold out there. We've got to refit this in a bit. But anyway, thanks very much for watching.